Hi there, my name is Dr. Chasten Remillard and I'm here to talk to you today about our research project into the use of Twitter as a tool for professionalization and community engagement within different classrooms. This research project was funded through the Teaching with Technology grant from Royal Roads, and it was a team effort between myself at Royal Roads, Tyler Nagal at State University, Robert Aucoin, who also helped us at Royal Roads, and Akari Takanishi, who was our research assistant at Royal Roads. We of course were facilitated in our efforts with tech support and instructional design input from Ellen Pelto from CTET. So basically what we were interested in is the use of Twitter as both a mechanism for students to become more proficient professional communicators on the one hand, and on the other to determine whether or not students using Twitter within the classroom found that they were more engaged in class discussions, or they felt more connected to a learning community. We did this through distribution of surveys to a class at SAIT that was composed of diploma students, a undergraduate class at Royal Roads that was composed of Bachelor of Arts in Professional Communication students, and to a master's class at Royal Roads that were also taking a professional communications degree. In SAIT, the students used Twitter as a means to further their professional aptitude with the medium, and to develop more formal and more professional links to potential employment networks and communities. At Royal Roads, we used the platform Twitter for purposes of class discussion, linking materials that we discussed in class to outside resources, communications between the professor and students, and so on. So we distributed a survey to these students, and part of what we found, I'll be reporting to you today. We found a bunch of different things, but one of the things that I think that our team found most interesting was that there was a disparity in terms of literacy around social media between the three different demographics. So what we discovered is that, and this is not surprising, but it was measurable, is that students had different levels of literacy and daily usage of social media based upon their general demographic profile. So students that were younger, like the undergraduate students and the polytechnic students, were more familiar with and used more frequently platforms such as Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. Students that were older, that were in the master's program, or that self-identified as being older within their cohorts, were more familiar and used more daily platforms such as Facebook and Twitter. So what this means in terms of the context of research is that we know that students interact with technology within the classroom in a way in which is closely related to how familiar they are with that technology. Students who are quite comfortable using social media then would have higher levels of engagement or perceived engagement within the classroom when that classroom is using social media. So from a perspective of pedagogy or andragogy, the idea is that this research shows the instructor that there's not a one-size-fits-all approach to social media within the classroom. Instructors should think carefully about the use of social media in the classroom based upon demographic trends in who is using what social media and what type of student they have within their classroom. By approaching the use of Twitter for students who are not familiar with the use of Twitter, then there needs to be scaffolding architecture within the course that will help students become more familiar with with that technology and that social media, so that they can take full advantage of that social media technology within the classroom for learning purposes. That's just one of the things that we found in our survey, but to try to keep this little video short and to give you a taste of the types of findings that we found, that's what we decided to present to you. I look forward to having further discussions with you around this research and maybe perhaps meeting face-to-face in the upcoming symposium. Thanks.